So now that I've run all the pipe along the side, I'm gonna run this by the actual plants, and I have a few options in terms of how I want to water my plants. I can use this little guy here. It's like an irrigation nipple, or it's actually called an emitter. And you just run the black tube close to your plant. You poke a hole in it, you add this guy right here, and then this has a controlled amount of water that it's gonna put out. This one in particular is 1 gallon per hour. You can get 2, 5, 10, half a gallon. So there's different options, and that lets you know how much water is going out. And then you have options like this, and some contractors love this, some don't. You have your black pipe, and then you usually use a little connector, a coupling here, to push into the black pipe, and then a 1/4 inch tube, and then you attach this somewhere. The cool thing about this is you can I do this one-handedly? Yes. You can unscrew it to let more water out, or completely shut it off and turn it off, which is kind of helpful. It really just depends on your preferences. This gives you a little more control at the spot. However, if you're trying to do like an overall landscape and you want to know how much water is going out in certain areas, you have no idea how much people adjusted or not adjusted these, versus you know absolutely how much water is going through this emitter. Anyways, there's not a right or a wrong. I actually don't know which one I want to do. It's time to lock down the 1/2 inch pipe. I'm going to do that with some landscape staples. I actually ran out, but luckily my client had some. They're a little shorter than what I'd like to use, but better than nothing. I'm going to end up using these little guys. They're emitters that I'll actually plug directly into my pipe. And the reason I want to do that is I want less components overall, because she has dogs and I will call them rambunctious. And I think if I have more emitters and lines and stuff like that, there's just more things for them to chew. So I'm going to go this way. Plus it allows me to know how much water is actually going out at a time. So these are 1 gallon an hour. I'm probably going to put 2 on my bigger one on my smaller one. Okay. So you also kind of notice that I created a little bit of a ring around my plant. That helps just keep the water that I have. It keeps the water that I am putting in here stay in this area, not run following gravity down to a lower area. Pokey thing. Basically put a hole in the pipe. Sharp end goes in the hole. Make sure it's all the way in. There you go, snapped. Okay, let's see if they're working. So we have, there we go, 1 gallon per hour emitters. Let's check the other side, make sure that that's working too. I did one. Sweet, that's the end of my line.